In the West, we have a story about dragons. They are monsters of chaos, beasts to be conquered, slain by the hero in a triumphant act of will. We are taught to fight our dragons. But in the ancient East, the story is different. The dragon isn't a monster to be slain. It is a divine symbol of power, luck, and wisdom. It is the living, breathing spirit of the cosmos itself, the force that makes the rivers flow and the seasons turn. You don't slay the dragon, you learn to ride it. What if I told you that inside of you right now is a force as powerful and as natural as that dragon, and that your constant struggle, your burnout, your feeling of hitting a wall, all comes from one simple mistake? You're trying to slay the very power that's meant to carry you. Today, we unlock a timeless secret from Taoist philosophy, a way to stop fighting and start flowing. A way to achieve more than you ever thought possible, not by forcing, but by letting go. This is how you unleash your inner dragon. For most of our lives, we operate on the principle of force. We set goals and we grind. We build 5-year plans and try to hammer reality into the shape of our desires. We row against the current, believing our exhaustion is a badge of honor. This is the ego's approach to life. It's a product of the persona, the mask we wear that tells us we must prove ourselves to be seen and successful. But what happens when the current is stronger than you are? You get tired. You get frustrated. You break the oars. The ancient Taoist sages had a name for this effortless alternative: Wu Wei. Wu Wei is often translated as non-doing, but that's misleading. It doesn't mean sitting on a rock and doing nothing. It means effortless action, or action without force. It's the art of aligning yourself with the natural flow of life, the Tao, so that its power moves through you. Think of a surfer. A surfer doesn't create the wave. They don't command it or fight it. They study its movement, feel its energy, and then, at the perfect moment, they align with it. They ride its immense power with grace and skill. That is Wu Wei. Now imagine trying to swim against that same wave. That is the life of constant ego-driven struggle. This sounds beautiful, but why is it so hard to do? Because letting go of the oars feels like a psychological death. Our entire identity is often built on being the rower, the one in control. To stop rowing is to enter a terrifying void, an in-between space that Jung called the sacred pause. In this space, your old motivation system collapses. The ego loses its map and panics. This is the moment most people rush to grab the oars again, to start a new project, to set a new goal, anything to avoid the discomfort of the stillness. But the Taoists and Jung agree, this resistance is where the real problem lies. Jung warned that when we suppress the natural flow of life, this life turns against us, leading to neurosis. We're fighting the dragon, and the dragon is life itself. Wu Wei asks us to do the bravest thing imaginable, to stay in that void, to trust that the current knows where it's going, even when we don't. It's about understanding that your counter-will, that part of you that resists the ego's plan, is not your enemy. It's the voice of the dragon. So how do we begin to practice Wu Wei and ride this current? It starts by changing your fundamental question. Instead of asking, "What should I do?" you begin to ask, "What is life asking of me right now?" You learn to participate with life instead of trying to dominate it. It's a subtle shift from control to response. You start to notice the small nudges, the synchronicities, the quiet pulls from a place deeper than your personality. Jung called this the emergence of the self, a living inner compass that begins to guide you once the ego steps aside. This is when your ambition transforms. It stops being about performance and becomes about presence. It stops being about impressing others and becomes about expressing what feels honest and true. You don't hustle, you respond. You don't chase clarity, you recognize it when it arrives. This is the source of effortless success. It's when your actions are powered not by the frantic, limited energy of your ego, but by the boundless, intelligent energy of life itself. You have a dragon inside you. It is the wild, untamable and wise current of life that flows through your very being. For years, you may have been told to chain it, to fight it, to conquer it. But the secret of the sages is one of surrender. Stop fighting the wave. Stop rowing against the current. Put down the sword. Unleashing your inner dragon is not an act of aggression, but an act of trust. It is the discovery that when you finally let go of control, you are given something far greater, guidance, and the realization that the destination you were fighting so hard to reach was where the river was taking you all along.